we'll start, do you have any idea what's our latest before this version 2.0? What is our latest version of our Christian Life program? Do you have any idea? If you do, kindly answer in the chat. What's your before this version 2.0? What is the latest version of of our CLP? Okay, I think everyone is still. Later on, I'm gonna ask you. Oh, there we received an answer. 2014, yes, yes. 2014 is our latest version for this of our Christian Life program. So this for our CLP, when you think of CLP version 2014, and now that we're in 2020 at some point, it's kind of like it's 6 years ago, so it's kind of like not that relevant at some point. So it's like the old already. So we want this, our CLP version 2.0, we want this to be timeless and want it to be to still be relevant in even 6 years from now or 10 years from now. So the version 2020 of our Christian Life program is version 2.0. Just like for our version, our newest version, this revision of our Christian Life program, it's the same. It's kind of like an iOS or an Android, like when that you keep on updating it. It's the same. It's really the same iOS. It's the same Android. It's the same software, but there are a lot of things that are new. It's the same but new. So it's CLP Christian Life Program version 2.0. How are we gonna communicate this? Families in the Holy Spirit, renewing the face of the earth for generations to come. This is not our new version. This is not our new vision of Couples for Christ, but this is really how we're gonna communicate the CLP version 2.0, focusing families in the Holy Spirit, renewing the face of the earth for generations to come. When you think of relevance and continuity, family, that's really our the unique gift and unique call of our community is that we are called to be family evangelizers. We are families in the Holy Spirit, renewing the face of the earth, and that is really we know that the family is the basic unit of society. Therefore, without family, society will cease to exist. We think of continuity for generations to come. It really starts in the family. Without the family, society will cease to exist. But it's that the society does not just need, not only like purely like straight up just family, but what our society really needs is like the quality family that builds the church of the home and the poor. That is our call, and that is also a call and a challenge for us in conducting as we continue bringing more people or inviting more couples, inviting more people to our Christian Life program, is that we will have this, the family will build the church of the home and the poor. When we were still in that phase of gathering data, when in the preparation phase and praying, discerning where would this revision would lead us, we gather data through our we really want to know. What we want to know is that we want to know how old were the couples, the current members of Couples for Christ, how old were they when they joined their community, when they attended or they graduated their Christian Life program. And so we gather data in our OGD. But before that, I'm going to ask you a question. How old were you, our dear brothers and sisters, how old were you when you joined their Christian Life program, when you attended or graduated their Christian Life program? Can I ask, how old are you? Just so also that we will know and the data from your area as well. How old were you when you attended or graduated the Christian Life program? Any answer? 30, 24, ooh, 28. Interesting. Okay, any answer? Wow. Okay. I think my mic is, can you hear me clearly? Okay, 33. 28, Brother Don, 28. Wow. Thank you for answering. Okay. So pretty young. Most of you joined our community when you're pretty young. Um, okay. So we gathered the data of through our OGD, One Global Data, because majority of our members, of our top leaders in our community, are members of Metro Manila Mission Corps. And so we gathered data. Um, so we gathered data of the members of Metro Manila Mission Corps. How old are they when they joined our Christian Life program? And this is what we found out, is that majority of them, of our top leaders of the community, the bulk of our community top leaders, 42%, they graduated the Christian Life program when they're 31 to 40 years old. Well, most of you are younger than 31 to 40 years old. And then for this data, next is that is 41 to 50, 20%. 21 to 30 years old, 17%. Um, and having this data, well, most majority of you are even younger than 31 to 40 years old. And having this data, we asked ourselves, so if majority of the leaders, the top leaders of our community, joined Couples for Christ when they were 31 to 40 years old, so who are the 31 to 40 years old, the 30 to 40 years old in the next 10 years? Having that. We designed our Christian Life program version 2.0, having this in mind, that our primary target market, or those that it is designed for this primary target market, the 30 to 40 years old, having this assumption that with that data that our top leaders are joined Couples for Christ in 30 to 40 years old. The leaders are really continuing, go in mission, continuing the passing on the culture and all that, those things. So this is the 30 to 40 years old, our target market. But not that doesn't mean that they're the only people, they're only couples that we have to invite to our CLP. It's very important for us to understand and to know, for us to get to know the 30 to 40 years old in the next 10 years, so that we will get to know them, so that we will be relevant to them. How can we make it? We can connect more to them. So the 30 to 40 years old, in the next 10 years, as what the more technical term of them are, the millennials. They're married with young children or awaiting for kids of their own. They are the dual income household with young kids, or in a state of thinkood, or dual income household with awaiting for kids. They're tech savvy. They're the net generation. They are they know, they're very informed. Work-life balance is their priority. Work-life family balance is their priority. It's important. This is also one thing that we have to understand for this generation, is that when they attend our Christian Life program, it could be that on a weekend they still have other things to do, because they have other social circles. They're very sociable, but like their circle is something that is relevant to them. Or say, for example, it's interest-based. So for example, mountaineering, or like biking club or photography club or things like that. They have other things to do. In understanding this, that's why it's very important for us to answer their question: is it worth my time? So see, it's the dynamic of them, how they manage their time. We need to answer their question, the back of their mind: is it worth my time? For this generation, they are empowered individuals, because of they are with the information and how they're being raised, and they're the generation and all that. But one thing is unique, is that they're collaborative. They're seeking for mentors. They're seeking for growth. And having, like, knowing this, their behavior, their character, that's how we will become, in understanding them, that's how we'll become relevant to the 30 to 40 years old in the next 10 years. But the question is, what if they don't belong to the 30 to 40 years old? How can we make relevant to them? We can still be relevant. Like the Christian Life program revolves on this, across generation. two things that really is the same across generation, regardless of which generation older they. First, technology influences the way we communicate. The attention span of people, regardless of age, is getting shorter right now because of technology and because of smartphone. Really, we are easily distracted. But also, technology is like, regardless of generation, all of us, especially the time of pandemic, all of us are really moved, compelled to fully utilize the technology. That's the reason why we're here, having you attending the training online, because technology influences the way we communicate, and we will use this. Second, regardless of family or generation, they belong to a family. Everyone belongs to a family, and that is our common ground, regardless of our generation. The second thing that we discovered in gathering our data is that the current um, Couples for Christ members, those who are team of Christian Life program, they are a generation away from our target audience or target market, the the 30 to 40 years old in the next 10 years. As majority of our current members or current leaders are baby boomers, as they in the more technical term. And so with that, for our CFP version 2.0, we will equip today's CFC for the next generation of Couples for Christ. We will equip them so that we can invite more people, we can invite more 30 to 40 years old to join the Christian Life program. We will invite them, we will equip our today's CFC so that they can connect more to the 30 to 40 years old in the next 10 years. And this is really what we want, to every participants to feel that every family is a place in Couples for Christ. We will make our CLP relevant to the participants. We will make them feel that they are welcome in our community, that they belong here, not just the couples, but their family. And with this is how we're going to communicate, the branding of our Christian Life program. Your family has a place in Couples for Christ. This is how we're gonna promote our Christian Life program, and you can translate this in your own language. If you are gathering, if you participants that you wish to invite are non-English speakers, you can translate this to your language. In French, ta familia un plus, the Couples for Christ, or in Spanish, tu familia tiene un lugar en parejas para Cristo. Language is a very big thing for us to stay relevant to our participants, so that they will feel connected, that they would feel that they are one of us. And so with this, even in our before the pre-CLP events, in our currently our we have our orientation, right, for our Christian Life program, and that's the time that we'll introduce Couples for Christ. But now for our CLP version 2.0, we'll have a pre-CLP events wherein even in pre-CLP, before they will attend our CLP, they will feel that their family has a place in Couples for Christ. We can do person-to-person evangelization. Like, think of how were you being invited to our Christian Life program. We will do that. Parish-based events or interest-based. We can host basketball games. You can gather, invite the fathers, the men, the husbands there. I think it's a very creative way of inviting them to our CLP or through our CFC programs. The family is a gift. We will use this, and through these pre-CLP events, we will introduce to them, we'll make them feel that they're welcome, their family is welcome in their community, that their family has a place in Couples for Christ. And so the rebranding of our CLP, our Christian Life program, version 2.0, that are this. It's family focused, it's dynamic. We have activities, we have, because they're collaborative, and we have assignments, or not like take home, that they will do after the CLP, and it's relevant. And so from 12 talks, it's not just, we'll not just merging talks, so that we can have 8 talks instead of 12. So from 12 talks to 8, and so these 8 talks will focus on being family focused, dynamic, and relevant. And how are we going to do this? Training. That's the reason why we're here. Training. We'll equip today's Couples for Christ members, so that we will be relevant to the 30 to 40 years old, and we can reach out to the 30, 40 years old in the next 10 years, so that we can bring more Christ to the families, and we can bring more families to Christ. So with this, CLP version 2.0, Families in the Holy Spirit, renewing the face of the earth for generations to come. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to give back the spotlight to our moderator.